going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the Thieves Show. I am your host, and today we're here to talk about Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves. So I just came from seeing a special screening of Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, and honestly, bear with me, guys. The only reason why I went to go see this film is because it was available to watch 2 weeks early. I'm not really into it. Never played the game. Didn't enjoy the movie in the 90s. So there was no reason for me to be really excited to watch this film. But I have to be completely honest with you, because this is the Thieves Show. I enjoyed it, and not in a way that I'm surprised it was a 10 out of 10 type deal. No, it was enjoyable, and I thought it was going to be very hard to watch. Honestly, it's like you have Chris Pine. He's not really good in a lot of his movies. You guys know, if you watch any Chris Pine movie besides Star Trek, and even in the Star Trek movies, it's kind of hard to watch. We have to be honest here, guys. Michelle Rodriguez was another thing that surprised me, because honestly, I'm not used to seeing her in fantasy films. Avatar, but other than that, I'm only seeing her in Fast and Furious movies and dramas. So seeing her in this, it was a delight. She actually carried the first part of the film, in my opinion, honestly. Now, the beginning of the film started off a bit slow, but again, I feel like it was kind of needed to develop these characters. And honestly, I feel like the movie needed more time to develop more characters, because as we're going, they're trying to explain things, but they're kind of rushing through it to get the story to stay. Again, we're trying to keep the runtime short. And honestly, I feel like Dungeons and Dragons is one of those films that can be like a Lord of the Rings type of long, like 2 hours, 40 minutes for no damn reason. But in good sense, because they have a lot going on. And spoiler alert, there's just a small spoiler. There was a scene in there with a chubby dragon, and it just took me out. I was like, I can't wait to take my kids to see this, because they're going to like it just off of that alone. It was funny. I thought it was hilarious. It threw me off because I didn't know what the hell was going on at the time, but it was hilarious. All right, no more spoilers. No more spoilers. This film was first off, it's rated PG-13. You're not going to get too much out of it as far as you going back to the Middle Ages and as far as violence, but I'm gonna be honest, the action scenes were good. I felt like the acting in the film, there was a lot of overacting at times with Chris Pine. Again, he's not the go-to guy for acting. I get it, but honestly, with him, he surprised me as well, because I enjoyed him in this film. Besides the overacting parts, and again, there was a lot of parts where he was overacting, but I enjoyed his character in this film. He deserved the spot in this film, and how it was made around these other characters. He's the main protagonist, but in all honesty, you can tell that everyone had something to do with this film. Like, all the characters, all the side characters in this film were actually important. So I felt like it was a good thing. That's why I felt like it needed a longer runtime, but I felt like they did an okay job on everything. Like, this was something that was shocking. I can't believe I enjoyed the Dungeons and Dragons movie. You guys should go watch it. I can't wait to go watch it with my children. I'm not going to say it's something that I'm rushing to watch twice, but again, it was some things that I was missing. Going to go get popcorn at the slow parts. It was that type of movie. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to honestly say that this movie, I don't want to give it a 7. I can't even give it a 7 because I don't feel like it was that solid of a film. I'm going to have to give it a 6.8. It's right there. It was right there. It almost could have been a solid film. It just has so much against it that The storytelling wise, I felt like the storytelling suffered in this film. I don't know if it was because of the runtime, but I felt like the storytelling definitely suffered. The acting, it was bad, so that took it down a point. But as far as the fantasy, like the the wizards, the creatures, the different type of characters, I felt like they did an amazing job on that. So again, let me know if you guys going to go check this movie out. I believe it's coming out March 29th or something like that. If you guys are going to check it out, leave it in the comments. Are you going to check it out opening day, opening weekend? How are you guys enjoying this? I would say enjoy it with a group of friends first. Take the family later. Just my recommendation, because you want to catch everything the first time around. All right, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Peace.